Hey everybody, AntiBeta1M here and welcome to my channel. I find it very convenient to talk over the edge of my bed like this. It's a little bit weird for some people, but I find it more convenient because I can just get out of my bed, half get out of my bed and start talking to my camera over my laptop. But my last video was very uncensored. I was like speaking down like this and there was a lot of space about here. So that's kind of funny. But I've got my act together in this video. I've kind of centered this camera correctly now. So um, my topic today is why I speak the way that I do. Um, People don't know my history of hardship very much. They probably don't know that I've suffered a lot and been emotionally repressed a lot. And I want to talk about that in this video. So I think you can work out that my voice isn't a very good voice. It's pretty kind of muted and it's a little bit grainy and it's just got the wrong timbre to it. It's just a really bad voice. It's not a voice that I'm proud of at all. I'd like to be able to speak eloquently and to express myself with the acoustic capacities of a really good orator. But I think a lot of my hardship has contributed to my voice. So in my teens, starting off with okay, in my childhood I had a normal voice. It was I had a good life and I a relatively good life and I didn't have many troubles. When I became a teenager, or as I became a teenager, I started to encounter problems with my family and I would shout a lot at them, especially asking them to shut up because they were disrupting me during my piano practice in the lounge room in our family home. And it was actually quite regular that I would do this, quite frequent. I would shout a lot to tell them to shut up and allow me to practice my piano. And it became something of a habit, and I was never happy, and I became very distressed. Also, so that happened through between the ages of about starting. Starting when I was very young, I used to do that, but it became even worse when I was in my teens, and then it persisted till I was in my 20s and even into my 30s when I was still living in my parents' home. I left my parents' home in my early 30s, but it was not until my early 30s that I actually found a home for myself and rented properties for myself to live in. From the age of 25, I also was at 24 years or 25 years, I became embroiled in the mental health saga. A mental health authority and service um, took hold of my life and put me in hospital on. Now, 17 occasions I've been in hospital um, altogether, and that caused me to be emotionally repressed and not be able to express myself. For the record, being in hospital is like the worst experience you could possibly have because you're incarcerated, you can't move about, you have no mobility, and you're also subjected to drugging, like injections in the arm or in the butt, and you have no freedom, very little freedom. It's almost as bad as being a farmed animal. I would not compare myself to farm animals. I think that they are the most distressed beings on this planet, but it's still pretty bad. And to think that as a human you are subjected to that sort of treatment is really abominable. But I was emotionally repressed, and I still am to a large degree emotionally repressed because I can't express everything that I want to express with myself. And now that I have a voice like this, it's really hard to communicate how I feel about myself. But I will say how grateful I am to the YouTube community and to the Facebook and TikTok and other communities that I interact with, because in my last video, which was entitled No One is Innocent, I've only had about 8 or 9 views of that so far to date on the 18th of June, but it's been a day since I released that video, but I've had some really good comments back, And I just wanted to say that I'm in touch with the intellectual community on YouTube, and I'm really, really grateful for that. And I will not take that for granted because I know how valuable that is. Even if it's like a couple of people commenting as it was with this video that I did, no one is innocent. I'm so grateful to them for taking the time to view and to think about my video and the sentiments that I express in that video. It's invaluable to me. So thank you for watching. But I just want to say that my voice is not as good as it is. My psyche and my metabolism and my physique is not as good as it is. And it will never be perfect anymore. And that's something I have to deal with for the rest of my life. And that's one of the other reasons that I'm an antinatalist, is because I don't value the quality of my life as much as I could if I was in a perfect condition. So that's my life, bro. That's what I'm all about here, and I thank you very much for considering my point of view. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.